Warhammer 40,000 was cooler when the Dark Eldar could take slaves. In the 3rd edition Codex from 1993, in the Dark Eldar army rules, one of the rules was capture prisoners. And here's how it worked. In close combat, if you killed a model, you rolled the dice for that model. On a 4, 5, or 6, that model was then your prisoner. Also, at the time, there was, I hope it was called a sweeping advance then. It might have been called something different. But it was when you overran your models after a combat. They would take a leadership chest, they would run, and if you ran them down, all of those models would also be your prisoners. And each prisoner was worth 1 point at the end of the game. And that's pretty cool. But it gets cooler. Every time the Eldar set up a game, when it was time to roll the mission, there was a chance, and the chance was dependent on a dice roll, but there was a chance that the mission, whatever what you were expecting of that day, it would not be a regular mission, it would be a slave raid. And you didn't know it was coming. It was a dice roll, it was a chance. But in the slave raid, all of a sudden the opposing army, the army that's not the Dark Eldar, all of a sudden they're in the middle of the table, and the Dark Eldar are just here to take slaves. And that special mission was all the way at the back of the book. It was just for the Dark Eldar. And that very thematic mission, just for the Dark Eldar, at the end of the book, where they're going to go take slaves, run them back to Kamara, and do terrible, terrible things to them for eternity. That was pretty cool.